All right, welcome back, everybody. Our big sky, not so blue. It's actually quite gray. This is looking out across the Helena Valley, and this would be the area of the sheetrock fire, which was emitting a pretty good amount of smoke out there earlier today, showing signs of at least some burning going on. 92 degrees in the Helena area. Ugh. That does not look very good in Great Falls. 91 west winds at about 13 miles per hour. We've got the heat, 80s and 90s. We've got the dry air in place, humidity down 8% in Butte, 9% in Livingston here, 10% in Great Falls, and a little element of wind. The wind certainly could be worse. Let's hope it doesn't get worse, but you can see the west winds sustain 10, 15 miles per hour at best. Air quality worse the farther north you get here in the state and northwest, closer to some of those fires. West Yellowstone also looking at unhealthy for sensitive groups, but here are all the fires throughout the west. A lot of fires and smoke being emitted from the northwestern part of the country and then also into Canada here. I'm talking about the BC blob. I was following this on satellite. Well, from British Columbia, some really big fires here in the western part of that province. It was a very, very active couple of days emitting a lot of smoke, and that smoke plume has really increased here, and some of that smoke, here's the Canadian border, has come across into northern and northeastern Montana, hence the not so good air quality. Nothing really on the radar, but look at this coming up here through Oregon and Northern California and Nevada. Not all of that is reaching the ground, but that's a sign of a little increase in moisture, and some of that will move into western Montana tomorrow, where we have all of these fires, and a lot of these fires were started by lightning. That's what I'm worried about here the next couple of days, especially tomorrow. 1 or 2 thunderstorms, that's about it. But here's the Shell Rock fire, 300 acres, 0% containment. Estimated containment is on the 25th. Let's hope that happens here. The Trail 467 fire, this one just southeast of Lincoln. If you look closely here, there's a little smoke coming from the Trail 467 fire. So there's a possibility it could have burned more than the current 30 acres that we've got our latest information. Brownstone fire also showing a little smoke plume right there here on the radar. 1,700 acres on the Brownstone, the Howe Ridge, that's the one up by Lake McDonald, 2,600 acres. Not much change in that since Sunday when that really blew up. The Paola Ridge fires up to 370 acres, also not much change in that one since Sunday. Garden Creek, not much change, 2,000 acres, containment's up to 35%. Davis fire, 5,500 acres, almost $5 million cost of fighting this fire. This is the largest fire in Montana so far this year, and it's burned across actually into Canada, crossing the border. A few other wildfires. The 10 Mile is 681 acres, 70% contained on that. That's nice. The Sterling Fire Complex is 903 acres. That's south of Eureka right here. And the Coal Ridge, west of Polebridge, is up to 345 acres. The Bacon Rind, you're probably familiar with that, 1,400 acres or so. The Monument Fire, up over 4,000. And a couple other big fires, the Goldstone 4,000, the Wigwam here southwest of Ennis 2,300, and there's a new wildfire likely growing hundreds of acres north of Wisdom. Here's what will happen. I mentioned some thunderstorms coming in tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. It's not many, maybe 1 or 2, but the thunderstorms will contain lightning strikes, so I'm a little concerned with that tomorrow, but watch what happens here on Friday. More in the way of thunderstorms, but these storms will have some decent moisture with them coming close to the capital by Friday evening. Here is the forecast for tomorrow. Highs in the 90s, breezy, a few isolated thunderstorms here in the western part of the state. Friday, here comes low pressure, more thunderstorms coming through in the evening hours and more rain with that as well. Saturday, notice still some green on the map, some cooler temperatures, mostly cloudy skies. And then Sunday, here comes a cold front that will trigger more thunderstorms. And yes, those thunderstorms will have lightning, but they also will have good rainfall as well. Maybe some heavy downpours Sunday afternoon into Monday. And for Great Falls, kind of missing out on the activity Friday and Saturday, but Sunday night into Monday, some storms with some good rainfall here. So kind of a mixed bag this weekend with the possibility of lightning, new wildfires, but also the possibility of some good heavy downpours in there as well.
We're going to hope for the best.
Yes.
Thank you, Curtis. Okay, and we're going to turn to some Grizz quarterback.
That's right. We still don't know who the starting quarterback is in Missoula, but we're hoping to find out soon.